OUNG. And we got a special guest host today. I don't even know how to bring this man in the proper way, but I want to say, man, he is a father. He's an entrepreneur. He is just one of the greatest individuals I've been privileged to know and come across. This man has a great talk show on TikTok called We Listening, We Don't Judge. It's doing massive things. Go over there and check him out. He is rare form number one. My cousin, my brethren. Bring that man in, man. Give that man some love, man. Give that man some love, man. Yeah. Whoa. Give that man some love. My brother, how are you feeling? You like that? That was a good intro. I feel like I did a good job, man. I feel like I missed a few key points, though.
That was nice. That was nice.
I feel like I missed a few key points.
That was nice.
I feel like I missed a few. Okay, I feel like I did my job.
Right, you hit everything.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I see you. Yo, I appreciate you giving off your time, man. I appreciate you sitting down, giving some of your time. I know you're in beautiful one. Y'all people, first off, y'all hear me say it all the time. I'm pretty sure you just ignore me because you think I'm just rambling when I say Trinidad and Tobago's son, New York City's nephew, but I really mean it. All right, I am Trinidad and Tobago's son. That's where I'm from. That's where he is right now, enjoying that good island food, that beautiful sun, and doing all type of whorish things out there. All right, because look at him. He just got his hair there. He's gonna go out and do something. All right, he's gonna start doing something, some change in a minute. That's why he's smiling. But yo, Rare, man, I appreciate you. Tell the people who you are, man, because we're gonna jump into some serious conversation in a minute. But just tell the people who you are and what you're about. I don't want to be the only one praising you. You know what I'm saying? So give yourself some introduction. Let's let the people know who you are.
Well, it's like he said, when he brought me in on the introduction, father of three daughters. Love my daughters to death. Entrepreneur. I am running a little show right now on TikTok called We Listen and Don't Judge. Come up on there, we have fun. We talk about a lot of different topics and things like that about life situations. Um, I am in Trinidad right now. Later on down the line, we are gonna talk about this on the show. How I ended up back into Trinidad. I was raised in the States, up in Jersey. I was raised up in Jersey, but I ended up back in Trinidad. Later on, like I said, later on down the line, we are going to talk about that situation. Hey man, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a guest on your show. Banter and Bullshit. We here. We're gonna have fun today, y'all, and we're gonna enjoy the show today, man.
That
Have
we
fun.
are. I want you to do one thing, right? And I don't want you to do that ever again. Don't ever say a little show. All right. When you say I have a little show, you are diminishing the greatness that this damn show is. All right. So stop that shit. When you say little show, it sounds like a baby mom's, right? Like, oh, you got your little show. You got your little podcast. Don't downplay it. Right? You are doing something. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. Now, for those of you who are checking in, I was privileged. All right, funny story, right? I believe I've known this man since I was a little kid. This is what I believe. I believe we played as little children at some point in cross paths in Trinity. We just don't even remember. And then years later, we come and we cross paths again as men, and we end up being just as cool. But I will share that the way I met him in ICE detention. Right. For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure some of you guys who've been watching the show, you understand that how I feel about immigration and all of that is a different vibe. But you never really pay attention to how it affects you until it's people close to you. When you're watching TV, I think immigration is synonymous with Hispanic people at this point, right? Like you think immigration, you think it's just Spanish people, right? That's what people on. I think that's what most Americans' mindset tend to float to is just, oh, it has to be a Spanish person, it has to be a Spanish person, it has to be a Spanish person. And it's not. There's different shades, there's different ethnicities that go through it, but it tends to be the Hispanic community that gets the brightest spotlight, and the rest of us tend to fall to the wayside for the most part. So when I met him, this is how we crossed paths. We met each other in ICE detention, and it was one hell of a box to get out of that, and to get out of it only to be pulled back into the madness was something that was just unhappy, man. Tell me your story, bro. Like, I don't want to tell your story. You know what I'm saying? That is not something I want to do. I want to tell your story.
All right, well, basically, uh, what it was, 2019, no, 2020, I was picked up by ICE.
Mm.
Fought ICE my whole case, for 2 years. For 2 years straight, we was fighting that case and everything like that. It was tough. It was hard, not knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing if I was gonna get deported one day or if I was gonna go home to my kids one kids another. But you want me to make it the long story or make it the short story version?
Man, we got time, man. Make it the long fucking story. Just tell. Look, this is the thing, right? I want people to understand, right? Because people don't tend to comprehend what ICE detention is. Like I said, it's so sensationalized on TV, and you hear it from different avenues and different platforms, but you never hear from the people that actually experienced it and went through it. So when you have an opportunity to do that, I always want to have that like brought out. So give them the story, bro. Like the facts.
Hmm?
Fuck all that pigeonholing shit. I told you this ain't TikTok. We can talk shit over here. All right, we can tell the truth
Got you,
over here.
got you,
You know what I'm saying? We
got
won't
you,
be silenced over here. So go ahead.
got you. All right, so basically, all right, 2020, ICE picked me up, yo. I was scared to death, not knowing what was gonna happen. I didn't even know nothing about. I ain't gonna say I didn't know nothing about ICE. I didn't expect that to happen to me with
Mm,
ICE. Um, when they picked me up, I had my kids and everything like that. Called my kid's mother and I told her what was going on. She was actually broke. She broke down because she didn't know what was gonna happen with the kids and stuff like that.
damn.
But I'm gonna go into me being in ICE detention. While I'm in ICE detention center, you get robbed by attorneys that's in there. If you try to get a private attorney, they do rob you. I did have one. He took about $8,000 from me,
Damn.
maybe more. From me hiring him to do my immigration case, to be the immigration judge. He was supposed to. He never attended about my first 4 court dates. He never attended. So
Wait,
in order
wait,
for me to
wait.
get him there,
Hold on. Hold on. You paid this man about 8 bands to represent you in ice court, and this
well, the
individual
first
never
no,
showed up.
the first court days, but when I first hired him,
Mm.
we paid him $2,500 from the show for the first court date
Did he show up?
but he never came.
Wow. Wow.
He
Okay.
freeze?
So he never
I
showed
think he
up.
froze.
I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
Say that again.
I can still hear
Cause
you.
he
I can still hear
freezing,
you.
yo.
I think that's your reception. Being out there in Trinity and all that. The reception might not be. This is what we got to deal with. Doing stuff all the way over there, but it's not a big deal. This is kind of what happens when you're doing content from multiple sides of the country. But well, shit, not even the country, the planet.
Yeah,
But
you keep
it,
freezing. There you go.
yeah, it's going to be the reception. It's going to be shaky.
Oh, you
I
can
mean,
still
you
hear
all the
me?
way out there. Yeah, I can still hear you. You continue. And this is what happens, people. We go through a situation where we're always trying to get something done, and it's going to be complicated. He's all the way in Trinity, so he's working on that reception out there, and I am really happy with how it's going to go out. So forgive me for the technical difficulties. We went through this at least 3 times to ensure the connectivity was going to work, but it's not, and I do apologize for that. But this is what happens. I want to get his story out and heard, so that you understand. Okay, this is where this individual is. He is back in Trinidad right now, and he is doing good. He is prospering at the end of the day. But to hear that story, I think is something that I would love for people to hear. Hopefully, he's able to get back in. Um, I want to make sure he's able to get back in. He's having issues re-entering the situation. I think that's him right now hitting me up. He's trying to get back in. So I just want you people to understand, man. Like a lot of people who are trying to find their freedom in ICE detention, they will spend money. pay these lawyers. He's definitely trying to get back in. They will spend money and pay lawyers, and these lawyers tend to take advantage of individuals. These lawyers tend to take advantage of your hope, and some of them will sell you a dream, man. Some of them will tell you something that's not even factual, and it's insane. Speaking of, there you go. Where you sitting at? Your reception is kind of messed up. I can hear you. Can you see me? Yeah, I can't hear you now. Your audio is out. There's no audio with you. I can only see you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you can you hear me? Rare, can you hear me? He's having technical difficulties, people. We do apologize, man, but this is what happens when you're all the way. Why are you doubled up? You're doubled up now. Why are you doubled up? What is going
It
on?
looks it's clear on my it shows on my side like it's not doubled up or nothing.
Well, let's just keep rocking. I'm not, like I said, this is what happens with the reception, right? Like this is usually how it goes. Um, there's not much you can do. There's not much you can do. But continue with your
You can
story,
hear
though.
me.
I want you to continue. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear
Continue with
me,
what
right?
you were
All
saying.
right. So like yeah, so for us to get him there, we had to tell him, let him know, like, if you don't show up, the Gillette said if you don't show up on this court date, it's automatic deportation or whatever, So he did show up. They did their little procedures and everything like that. But I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Um, Later on down the line, uh, actually lost the immigration judge case. He denied everything for me. So we had to appeal. We appealed to the what is it, the Board of Immigration
BIA.
Appeal, BIA.
BIA.
We
Real
appealed
quick,
to the
right? Just to give people some context, when you're petitioning to stay in the country, usually how it works is depending on where you from, your locale, there's only a few things you can actually petition for. Being from Trinidad, one of the few things that we can actually petition for is asylum. That's probably one of the only things that's affordable to us
well,
is asylum.
I didn't go for the
Why
asylum.
didn't you?
I went for cancellation and removal.
Cancellation remove. Wow, you took a gamble. That I would have did the
Yeah,
asylum.
that's what I
I would
went
have
for. I
did
went
the
for
asylum.
cancellation. I couldn't go for asylum because it wasn't really nothing. I didn't have no proof or anything to say that I was.
Man, you ain't never listened to Alonzo, man. It ain't what you know is what you can prove. You can create.
That.
You can create a problem, sir.
Well,
Not
you know
saying
what?
that I'm telling anybody to create a problem on base or anything like that. I just want to let you know, Cardion is not
Well,
representing any type of falsity. All right, just want to let y'all know
know,
that.
knowing what I know now, yes, I
Yeah,
probably would have went for the asylum. Knowing what I
yeah,
know now, but at that
yeah,
time, I didn't really know too much about ICE. I didn't know nothing about it, so I was going with what the lawyer was saying to me,
and that's
not
the problem
knowing,
right there, right?
not
Like
knowing,
we
not knowing that it's actually he's kind of like actually the reason of why, like he's part of the reason of why I'm end up back in here, why I'm back in Trinidad right now.
really.
'Yes,
Oh
like
my God,
the lawyers that I had after him, they said he's one of the reasons why, like, he messed up my whole case from the
real
beginning.
quick, what is this inept lawyer's name? What is this idiot's name? So people that are watching could keep, if they have families that are dealing with it, wherever the area may be, they come across this lawyer, who should not be practicing law at all. What is this lawyer's name? Oh, you can say his name here.
Uh
If you don't remember his name, you better remember. Say his name. We won't air him out
man,
because that's that's
something
that's ridiculous.
Kane, Ale-
It's ridiculous.
Alexander Kane or something. I can't remember his name.
Ridiculous.
Something Kane, Alexander Kane or something like that. I
That's
can't really remember his whole
ridiculous.
name.
That that
But
that that
to
sickens
tell
me.
you the truth, he probably done passed away, or he probably don't even practice law no
I
more.
hope he doesn't. I
Something
hope he's
like
not practicing law. I
yeah,
hope he's
because
not.
when I got into when I got the other lawyers, the pro bono lawyers, they actually helped me to put in a complaint on him to report him
Okay, good.
to the what is called
You getting
when you report
old. You getting old, man. You
man.
getting old. When you start doing the what the hell you call that? The that's the
Yo,
damn
and
thing
I
with the
and I said when I gave the story on my platform,
ah.
I said it all too with no
What's the damn
problem.
thing? We put the complaint to the that thing with the It's with a letter. I know it's with a
You
letter.
know, you know what I'm talking about.
Don't bring me into this. This is your story. Don't bring me into this shit.
You know what I'm talking
You on
about.
your own, old man. So, all right, back to the what you did was you filed a complaint. You got new lawyers to help you with your case to
I
to
didn't get the
appeal.
new lawyers until I didn't get the new lawyers until my third circuit appeal. So when the BIA, when I appealed to the BIA, he wrote the motion, the brief for me. He wrote the brief up for me from the
Mm-hmm.
BIA and everything. Boom, saying of why I should get my cancellation and removal. That's basically the BIA is you um appealing for they answer the appeals to go back to the immigration judge,
That's
which
the
they
Board of
denied it
Immigration Appeals.
most
For those of
likely.
you who don't know, Board of Immigration Appeals is what BIA stands for. Just so you know. Continue, sir.
Most likely, most majority of the time, I say about 95% of the time, they don't never grant you your appeal.
Yeah,
Never.
that's true.
The BIA.
That's true.
So
That's true.
yeah, they denied it. After that, and that take you'll be sitting up in ICE for months, maybe a whole year, might be longer, depending on. I can't even say depending on who you is. It just depends. It just
It just
depends
depends.
how
Nah,
they.
you're right. You're
It just
right.
depends on how they feel.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's
It
crazy?
depends on how they feel.
What's crazy is this, right? If you're on the street fighting an ICE case, they will take years, and that's a beautiful thing. That means you have more time to situate yourself and get what you gotta get done. But when you're sitting in ICE detention, and for those who don't understand, ICE detention is not like you're at a hotel or you're in a dome. You're in jail. You're in a jail. I just want people to understand that. I know
Right.
they put that word around it, detention, so it doesn't sound like you're locked up. You're in jail. You're in jail like anybody else that committed a violent crime or whatever the case may be. The only difference is when you're in jail. I know they've gotten rid of the bail thing, so Kaz, you ain't getting bail no more. But I'm gonna go downstate in 2 months. I'm gonna do my bed. I'm gonna go home. That does not exist in ICE. You're just sitting in a jail cell on a jail tier, waiting. That's it. Just waiting. Like the stupid like people be like, what are you waiting for? I am waiting for a bus. Bus to where? I don't know. When is the bus get here? I don't know. How many people going on the bus? I don't know. You know nothing, and that just so you people understand. But continue, man. Just so y'all get a idea what this means.
So yeah, after the BIA and everything, the my case was denied from the BIA.
Mm,
Now, I have 30 days to appeal the BIA decision to the Third Circuit. The Third Circuit, well, it's different circuits for different states, for different states. So they call it different circuits. In Jersey, it's the
right.
Third Circuit.
Okay.
In PA, I think it's what the First Circuit or something like that. I know in Louisiana is the tenth circuit, but I'm in Jersey, so I'm appealing to the Third Circuit. This is the Supreme Court. Um, I have 30 days to put in my appeal for that. So now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm wondering, do I want to do this? Do I want to go through this? It's already been like been like what, over a year now. I'm sitting up in ICE, not knowing what's gonna happen, what to do, how to figure this thing out, what's gonna happen to my kids. Um, so while I'm sitting there trying to figure everything out, I just came up with and said, you know what? I'm gonna do it for my kids. I'm gonna
Mm,
put in the appeal and see what happens with the Third Circuit. So, but instead of me putting an appeal with this attorney, my boy Lenny Munoz
Lenny.
comes up here.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man, I gotta give him a shout out, man. My
Good
boy
dude.
Lenny
Good dude.
Munoz, man, cool dude, man, good guy. Came in, he told me, he said, "Yo, why you keep using this dumb guy right here? Like, stop using him, man. All he's doing is taking your money. Like, I'm gonna put you onto these people right here. The same lawyers that he used, pro bono lawyers, American friends. Very good people, very nice people. You know, they help you out with whatever they can. Very nice people. You know, if anybody's in a situation like that, man, if y'all in Jersey, like use them people right there. They're very good and they help you
Facts.
to the best of their ability. But yeah, I use them right there, and they helped me put in the complaint to the for the attorney, try to help me get my money back. I didn't get my money back, right? They did try to help me. Um, but I used them for the appeals for the third surgery. But in between that, before I get into that part with the appeals and everything, right?
Mm.
Boom, we're in ice in Jersey. This is the good part right here, y'all.
This is the
We're in
ill part.
ice
This is
in
crazy.
Jersey.
It's crazy.
And you know, the people's outside protesting and everything. They going hard trying to get ICE to shut down. It eventually happened. ICE got shut down in Jersey. They
Yeah.
lost their contracts, right? They lose their contracts in Jersey. Everybody's excited. Yeah, we all going home. We about to go home with no more ICE in Jersey.
No, that is not what's about to happen. That's not what's about to happen. What's about to happen is they are going to protect their investment and their money, and they will just start moving you around like pieces. We gonna move you wherever we want to move you.
Hey
Ain't
man,
nothing
we
you could
got a
do
little
about it.
excited, man. We felt good about this
Yeah,
movie,
it
man.
felt like when Barack got elected president. Like, yes, man, we got a black president. It's over. We free. No, 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 no. That's not what's about to happen. You thought
Yo,
wrong. I'm sorry, Negro, but that's not what's about to
hey
happen.
man, it was a good feeling.
Nah, it's not. It's definitely not what you thought it was going to be.
Man. But yeah, you know, everybody felt like they was about to go home. But hey, man, they changed our minds and said, "Nah, y'all not going nowhere. We gonna we gonna transfer y'all." Some people
Yep.
did get to go home though. Some people did get people got released on an ankle monitor and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I wasn't one of them. Um, but while we was in ICE, some of us came up with the idea. Look, we're gonna protest inside. We're gonna do a little hunger strike or whatever. You know what we could do. I keep forgetting we don't I want. We gonna do a hunger strike, and we gonna protest on the inside while the people is outside protesting because don't help trying to help us while we not inside trying to help ourselves too. So we jumped in, started a little hunger strike, and me and Lenny was the one that actually started it up, right? So but in the middle of the night, no, in between that, this Jamaican guy, I can't remember his name. I wish I could remember his name because I would want to tell his name. This guy runs and tells the captain that we are planning not to move, not to go nowhere, that we are
Wait,
all
wait,
planning to
wait,
stand up together. Yes.
wait. Somebody in the exact same situation
Right.
as
Right.
everyone else turns around and becomes, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because MIT not here to tell me not to say it. Turns into a Sambo ass nigga, right? And ran over there and
Right.
said, "These niggas on that nag is planning to do some shit." Wow, bro.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Wow.
That's insane.
So it kind of messed up our plans because now they runs up in there while we all because we expecting them to come early in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning like they normally do. You know, I comes grab you up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Do what they gotta
Yeah.
do with you. They comes about 3 in the morning unexpected when nobody's expect everybody's in the bed sleep. Comes in there suited up with their little shields, all
Yeah, the
that,
turtles.
the
Yeah, the
little
turtles.
the
Yeah,
little stripes right there.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Turtles,
yeah. The
man.
turtles, man.
Come, yeah, the
I
riot
mean,
gear. There you go, the riot gear.
it's this turtle action right there, man. That's how they do it. That's how they
They
do.
came up in there deep, suited up, ran up on, pointing people out, picking people out. You get up, waking us up in the bed. Actually, we're in the dorms. We're all in the dorms, so everything is opened up. Time everybody wake up, had
Yeah.
us stood up out of bed, and now they start handcuffing us. We're not allowed to take nothing but paperwork. So all our commissary, everything that we ever had, all our property, everything stayed there except for paperwork.
And I
Only thing we was
wanna,
allowed to grab.
I mean to stop you, right? I wanna really just reiterate, once again, this is ICE. detention. I do it with the quotes, detention, right? We were supposed to be treated a little bit more fairly outside of being treated like an inmate because the only crime alleged that we may have committed was either coming here illegally or violating an agreement that was on the green card. That's another thing for those of you who have permanent resident cards. There's a fine print when you get that card. There's a fine print on there. If you weren't aware, you commit a crime in the country, they reserve the right to fuck you up. That basically mean to kick your ass out. So if you didn't know, now you know,
Now you
right?
know.
Just, now you know. But you find out the worst way possible, right? Like the question I have for you actually is what got you into ICE detention? Were you incarcerated and then went to ICE detention, or were you on the street and then ICE picked you up because of an old violation?
I was in the street and I picked me up
Mm.
for a violation from back in 2010. Mind you, they picked me up in 2020.
Wait,
So
wait,
10
hold
years
on.
later. 10 years later, yes.
What?
10 years later, yes. ten
Oh
years
my
later, they picked me
god!
up for a violation from
Damn.
2010. And you know what
So,
brought it up? You know what brought it up? I'm gonna tell you what brought it up, right? What brought it to light. I got married and I was filing my
mm,
paperwork and everything. They granted everything from the married, my social, everything. I got all that. Um, About 4 years after I filed everything and I got everything, my
yeah.
wife was actually trying to figure out like, yo, what's going on with your green card? What happened? We haven't heard nothing. We ain't get no letter. Nobody didn't say nothing. So I go and I hire a lawyer to find out what's going on. The lawyer puts in the paperwork to find out what's going on. As soon as he puts in the paperwork to find out what's going on, they probably like a couple of weeks or maybe a month for the most. I got a letter in the mail telling me I got 30 days to get out the country or they coming to get me.
Ooh, so wow. So you mean to tell me you were somewhere in a stack of papers, just in an office somewhere, forgotten about,
Forgotten
and
about it.
because you made the inquiry into your situation the correct way, they said, "Oh, he ain't supposed to be here." I know I messed up because I should have already pushed this paperwork since then, but it's not my fault. It's his fault. He shouldn't be here. So now that we know he shouldn't be, hey, bro, you got 30 days to get him on out of here, or we gonna come get you.
Hmm.
Wow. That's look, man, it is a very savage thing. And once again, I understand the necessity for immigration. I'm not saying that immigration isn't should be abolished or should be taken down. I'm just saying the approach, the methods in how things are done needs to be done better. That's
Facts.
an agree, right? Like, we can agree on that. We can say that we're not sitting here saying abolish ICE giving. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is their approach needs to be better. There needs to be some accountability within that entire establishment. You're screwing up does not mean that those of us who are doing things the correct way have to suffer, right?
Facts.
And I will say it with all these ICE raids going on, I want to see the same energy in the Russian neighborhoods and the Irish
Hmm.
neighborhoods. If you doing it for the Hispanic community, I want that same energy in the Russian neighborhoods. Go to the schools when they
Right.
graduate in the Russian neighborhoods. Go
Right.
over there in Brighton Beach in Brooklyn. Go over to Brighton Beach, and because let's be real, we know there's a bunch of them over there. Run down on them the way you run down on the Hispanic community. Keep the same energy because the message that you are sending is you do not want black or brown people. You're saying that if you do not present as white, you are considered an immigrant, which is the most hilarious thing ever because the Caucasian is the most immigrant motherfucker here. So I don't understand. I don't understand. The Haitians had to go back. Yeah, they had to take their ass back. You didn't want them here, but the South Africans, oh my God, come on down. Come on down, white South Africans. Come on over.
Right.
Come on
Right.
over. You're not talking about
I
how
was
some of those South Africans are murderers that just snuck on in here. You're not talking about that. but it's okay. I'm really frustrated. I didn't want to stop you. Like I said, man. You went through that. So basically they told you you had to leave. They picked you up off of that. So now when you're fighting for your release, what initially led to your release from ICE?
Um, I was in Georgia, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia,
Damn, they had you
and
everywhere.
they had me up in Georgia now.
Shit. Damn.
Word. So for me being while I'm in Georgia, the attorney put in the staring need. Well, actually, no, my flight was booked for me October 23rd. I was supposed to come
Mm,
back to Trinidad. So when they did all of that, my
you just froze up again. This is where I hear is like it's getting spicy.
so when she did that, that morning, that morning they was supposed to come pick me up to deport me.
Yeah.
My my stereo movie got granted, so now I can't touch me.
Yo, they be doing shit in the
Yes,
clutch, don't they? Damn. That was a clutch moment. Sheesh.
word. Oh, if I
Damn,
tell you
that's a
how
clutch
scared I
moment.
was that I was how scared I was. Yo, they did everything. My flight was booked. This was around COVID time, so they done did my COVID test, swab me, and all that. You know, they gotta get
Mm,
the COVID test before they put you on the plane. So they done did
yeah.
all that. Took my test, had my ticket booked. Um, then spoke to everybody for the counseling and everything for me to get back over there and all that. Everything was done right. So I was set.
Yeah.
Every movie got granted from me. Boom. So now they can't touch me. So while all that's going on, it still was months after that state movie got granted for me that I stayed in That was October 23rd when that happened.
What year was this?
2021.
Okay.
2021. Um, so while all that's going on, so now while I'm in Georgia, and I know I still do nothing to me, I'm trying to get up out of here. Like, yo, why y'all holding me here? Why am I still here? Y'all can't do nothing. Y'all can't deport me. There's nothing y'all gonna do with me. Y'all just gonna have me sitting in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And will do what the hell they want with you. That's usually how that works. It froze up again, yo. We are working, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all being patient with us. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get this thing situated correctly. It's just a reception, man. He's in a whole nother country. What do you expect? I told him to get a boost. You see what he's doing. He's moving around. He's driving around. So he'll probably be able to get plugged back in.
You hear me?
Yeah, continue.
All right. Did you hear everything I just said?
No, no, nothing. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. I was talking during the dead space just so we didn't have dead space because that's kind of what you do in the
Okay.
business.
So basically, all right. So while I'm waiting for the third circuit to answer and everything, you know, while you're in there, third circuit will take forever to answer. It takes forever. It could take years. It could take months. It doesn't matter. They take
Yeah,
forever. So seeing that they can't do nothing with me, I try and do all types of stuff to get up out of there. So I was on the hunger strike for 18 days.
yeah,
While I was on that hunger strike for 18 days, my ICE officer is still trying to get me deported. He comes there, trying to get me to sign paperwork and all that, trying to get me deported. No, I'm not signing nothing. Right?
yep. Not signing nothing. It's not happening. Good try. Come
they,
back. Thank you. Come again.
still,
All
even
right.
though they can't deport you, they still try. Because ICE feel like they're
Yeah.
above the law, so they try to do everything. But they can't deport me without that signature, though. But yeah, but they can because they did it to me this time.
Mm.
But
Yeah. Look. So you get released, right? You win the situation. You get released. You're home. Everything is moving the way it's supposed to. You're at work. You get to see your daughters. Life is slowly starting to rebuild and get back to where it gets back where you want it to be. You started your business. Love the business, by the way. You started that. You were doing what you were supposed to do. You weren't out
Mhm.
here selling drugs. You wasn't out here, you know, sneaking people over the border. You wasn't out here eating the dogs and the cats. As somebody wanted to
No,
colorfully put it.
I had a good job. I was working. I had my work permit. I was working. Like I said, I
Hmm.
started my own business. I was doing everything the right way, doing everything I was supposed to do. spending time with the kid thing and all that, doing everything the right way. Didn't get no trouble at all the whole time I was home. No
Right.
trouble. Did everything right. I still picks me up. But
What was
wait,
the reasoning this time? What was the reason?
my my case was denied by the Third Circuit judge under their discretion 2 weeks after Trump got into office.
Sheesh. So
Two
two
weeks after
weeks,
Trump, after he got into office, I received a letter in the mail stating my case is denied under the judge's discretion.
and now we are where we are. Now
Yes.
you back home, and
Remind you, hold on, remind
yeah.
you, they have no reason to deport me no more because the charge that they were trying to deport me for no longer exists because I did a PCR
Let's
on that.
let's clarify this. Okay, now the charges that you were picked up for initially that were already 10 years old. You
Mhm.
put in for a PCR, which is called a post-conviction relief. The post-conviction relief basically goes back to the charge that you had, the criminal charge, and lowers that criminal charge to where it's no longer considered a deportable offense. You made that happen. So the charge that they were initially trying to deport you for no longer exists. So that means you no longer violated anything as far that would make you deportable. But because, once again, at the judge's discretion, and notice, people, it's the exact same charge. There's a double jeopardy when it comes to immigration. Apparently, they can do whatever the fuck they want. So they turn back around and snatch you up for the exact same thing that no longer exists
Nice.
to deport you. I want people to understand how stupid that is, right? I like this. Let's just sit down for a minute. Let this marinate, right? You committed a crime, did the time for it, was already home, minding your business. 10 years later, like you know how they do the a few moments later, 10 years later, 10 years later, they snatch you up and say, you violated this, we're going to deport you. You beat it, get the PCR, the charge is reduced, it's no longer a deportable offense. So now, from here to when the charge was committed to the 10 years you picked up and where the charge, then another year over, the charge gets redacted to not even being a deportable offense. They say, now we still gonna get you for that shit that happened 10 years ago, even though on paper it doesn't exist anymore. I'm gonna say that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. That's pretty goddamn stupid.
Hey man, that's ice for you,
That's
man. They do whatever they want.
that's pretty damn stupid. And think about this, right? I want you to really sit down and think about this. When I say you, I mean people that's watching right now. I want you to sit down and think about this. If they can do that, that means you could have a speeding ticket from 20 years ago. Because I witnessed it. I witnessed a man. This how it's saying. I witnessed a Vietnam vet be deported for a weed charge that he had back in '94. Weed is now legal. let's think about how insanely stupid this is. For a weed charge from 1994, he already did the time for the distribution, did all of that, came home like in '98 or something. I don't remember, but I know it wasn't that long. Did this time, was living his life, minding his black ass business. Got picked up just like Rare got picked up for something that he did over a decade ago. Help me understand this. Like, this justice system is so perplexing to me, right? That a young white male can rape a woman and receive 5 years suspended sentence with 5 years probation. And when asked why he wasn't given jail time, you say that jail time would serve no purpose. But the young lady who was raped murders her rapist. She receives 51 years in jail. Make it make
Makes sense.
sense. I don't understand it. You're home. You're prospering. You're living. I'm happy for you. They took nothing from you. They gave you a better opportunity. You are thriving. And when I say that, I'm so happy for you that you're a sign of look. This is what happens when people get deported. Look, he's not crying. He's not begging. He's not banging at the door. Please let me back. He's not doing any of that.
Man,
He is living his life.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't even want to come back.
Uh, look, I ain't mad at you. I
Only
and
thing I'm missing from over there is my kids and my moms,
absolutely.
man. That's
And they
it.
they gonna be there soon. And with this madness, when it comes to the legal system, we gonna jump right into why I think the legal system is hilarious. Have you? I know you don't really care because you over there, you in training, you don't really care. But have you been paying attention to what's going on with Puffy? Like, oh my god. Oh, first off, first off, I feel like they should let Puff at least get some Beijing in there because them grades is coming up. At least let him get some Beijing. Let Puff get some. What he gonna do? He ain't gonna hurt nobody. He gets some Beijing.
That
Let
man
let
looking
let
older.
yo, because I really haven't been following it, right? But like shit have pop up on my timeline. I'm like, oh shit, Puff look older than motherfucker. Like, goddamn, like that shit. Like that nigga went from take that to let me get that, let me get that. Change for $1. Change for $1. Like Puff look, Puff looks terrible, but he's winning these smaller battles, like these other charges that they're throwing. Certain charges are slowly being just pushed away and diminished, and it's looking more and more like Puff can chip this case up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he might really be living his rhymes, man. Diddy did it, but Diddy gotta quit it. Like, he might really,
Hey, this is what I've been explaining. I was trying to explain this to a couple other people too. Like,
yeah,
I really think he's gonna get off, man, because like the stuff that they saying about him, they can't. All they going off of right now is this he said, she said. They don't have no proof. They don't really have no proof. They only got stuff
yeah.
of what Cassie saying, this person
Look,
saying.
no, the Cassie situation, absolutely. The whole world seen him. You football kicked that woman. You was
Oh
beating on
nah,
her.
yeah, because
You
they
got to
got
chew
video on
that.
that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got
You got
video
to
on
eat
that.
that charge. Yeah, you got to eat that charge. But now, what his defense is doing, they've already put that doubt in Cassie now, right? Because they have audio of her threatening to kill somebody. If they release the tape of hers, and she's like, "Yo, I'll fucking kill you." So they're trying to like discredit Cassie in a way, right? Trying to minimize her role as a victim and play it more like she's like a female Puff. Is what they're trying to say. So
Hmm.
that's to say, I don't understand. Like my thing is this: I didn't know it was illegal to be a freaky ass nigga. I didn't know that was illegal.
Right?
I didn't know that was illegal.
I
I didn't
agree
know it
with
was
that.
illegal for you to be a freaky ass nigga. Like, I didn't know if you like to have sex with multiple women, that was wrong. I didn't know it. I mean, it's not legally wrong, but you want another dude's nut rubbed on your nipples, that's insane. But that's your business, bro. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna
Each
judge
his
you.
own,
That's
man.
yeah, that's you.
Each his own.
Yeah, that's your business. But I'm trying to figure out where we needed a federal task force to take this man down. Half of the stuff that's been going on, NDAs were signed. If an NDA is signed, that generally means there's some type of complicity in these freak offs. So how is this? I don't know. But look, we're not gonna stay on Puff. That's it for him. I'm not worried about him. Hopefully he beats the charges. If not, whatever. The only person that's standing by Puff right now is Kanye. Did you
Yeah.
know that?
I didn't know that.
Kanye is rocking with Puff. He just did a project with King Combs. Talking with new music. He's rocking with Puff. Kanye is like, I'm rolling with you. I know Beyonce looking at Jay like, you better not open your mouth or I'm gonna let Solange whoop on your ass again. You better stay far away from Puffy. So
Man.
Jay ain't doing, but Kanye is rocking with Puff. I mean, I know Puff is probably sitting there like, damn, I don't got no friends, right? But he beats these charges. And when we say beat these charges, understand he's going to be guilty of something. But it's
Do,
looking more and more like he's going to get a time served kind of thing.
do you think all these people that they trying to say had something to do with all of it, like they was involved with the little P Diddy party stuff? Do you think they all was actually involved with that, doing those type of things with him?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of artists in the industry, they're like, yo, we've been to Diddy parties and we've never seen the stuff that's being alleged. So unless there's like a smaller group inside the other grouping of friends, like there's this group that's like, yo, we've been to the party, we chilling, and there's this other group like, yeah, there's some freaky shit, and then there's the other group like, we ain't talking about it. I don't know. But once again, when did it become illegal to be a freaky ass nigga? I'm just confused. Like, how do we allow social media and the media to make us believe that being a freak? So you mean to tell me so nudist colonies should be illegal, right? Swinger parties should be illegal because that's what he was doing. So I'm really confused.
They basically doing the same exact thing.
The same thing.
With the baby
but now this is wrong. I don't understand that. Like, prime example, right? Hugh Hefner, rest in peace of that guy. But come on, this guy was getting them as soon as they turned 18 in a mansion. Freaky shit was going on in the Playboy Mansion. Let's be real. How come that man never got indicted? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's like cases of Astroglide over there and KY and all types of madness going on over there, and we ain't bringing that up. So why is it? Once again, I just want to express I'm not defending Puff. I'm just trying to understand how all of these things that he's done and that has done allegedly is illegal now when other individuals in power have done the exact same thing and have never felt, any type of recourse for it. Like I said, the man guilty for beating on Cassie. We are not denying that. That man, he need to do some time for that. Guaranteed. But anything outside of that, I don't understand how you can sit there and say that's illegal for doing some freaky sex shit. That I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But I'm not gonna talk about it. But also, have you I don't know where you at with your music, but Memph Bleak dropped a EP, man. He dropped I think this is his first joint in damn near 20 years. Damn, I'm getting old. Damn. This has been 20 years. Yeah. It's called Apartment 3D. I think this is Bleak's first EP in 20 years, man. He dropped the EP. It's pretty powerful. It comes off like a.
I gotta tune into that. I ain't hear it. I didn't even know.
Now you gotta check it out. Yeah, you gotta check it out, man. It's called Apartment 3D. It gives off that Rockefeller reminiscent type days. Like he's just, he got a joint on there called Still Rock. He's just. I think the first track on there is Do Rag Bleak. Back when Bleak used to always rock the do rag, you know what I'm saying? Man, Bleak is like he's just doing that old school rap. Still very lyrical. So we'll
still the same as Bleak.
Yeah, but his content is different. His content is grown. Okay. His lyrical content has grown. It's matured. He's no longer. He doesn't sound like young Bleak. In Hove's shadow. He sounds like Boss Bleak, do say boss. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the boss Bleak. This isn't the soldier Bleak no more. This is the boss. Have you heard also? I want to talk about this, man. What the fuck is wrong with Jim Jones, bro? We gotta talk about it. That's your boy. Bro. You do look like Jimmy a little bit. Now you mention it, man. You do look like Jimmy, man. Yeah. You do look like Jimmy. Cocky as hell, gray hair on the face. Yeah, you do look like a Jim Jones looking ass motherfucker. Dipset. New York City's right, man. Who the gang, bang, bang. Shoot the gang. Yo, it seems to me like Jim Jones is just saying shit to stay relevant, bro. The man got into it with Shannon Sharp, saying that he could wrap circles around Nas. You agree with that?
No, I can't agree with that one.
No, why not? That's your man's.
I can't agree. That's my man. I like his music. I like his music, but come on now, with Nas,
Yo, he said he could rap circles around Nasir Jones, bro.
well, I'm gonna put it like this: they got two different styles of rap, bro.
But it doesn't even listen to me. Jim Jones makes really good music, right? He makes really good music. Lyric, like when you say as a lyricist, Jimmy, no, no, you're not. You're not a lyricist. This is that gang, gang, gang to that hula bang, bang, to the
I
Zula
know,
bang, bang, when my tootie go bang. He's not. Listen, I love Jim Jones's music. He makes dope music, but as of late, he's running around saying a lot of outlandish things. I believe just to stay relevant. You talking like you nicer than Styles P. You're not nicer than Styles P. You're not nicer than anybody on the locks. Stop it. You was talking shit about Push, King Push. Ugh, you're not nicer than Pusha T. Stop it, man. And now he's saying he's nicer than Nas? Come
yeah, he
on,
can't
man.
get that one. He can't get that one.
To me, Jim Jones gives off the vibe of he just hasn't grown up yet.
But I'm gonna ask you this though: if you was an entertainer, or anything, right? Or let's say whatever you do, whatever it is that you do, you won't always think that you're better than everybody else.
That's hip hop. You're supposed to. Absolutely.
Exactly.
You're supposed to you're supposed to say that. But the
so why would he
problem is
downgrade himself then? Of course he gonna
Jim
say he's better than
Jones,
Nas.
Jim Jones is a big old head young nigga. He's an old head young nigga. I don't understand how you could be an OGYN, bro. He's wilding. Like he's an OGYN. OGBY. Anyways, but like like OBGYN. But nah, like for real, like Jim Jones needs to grow up, bro. For you being the age that
I
you
agree with
are,
that.
he's acting like he's still in his 20s. You have to stop, bro. You gotta. You're giving off the energy of an old motherfucker that just does not want to let it go. Ain't nobody saying you gotta stop rapping. We not saying that. Keep making dope music. But
Hmm.
you out here acting like a child. You're acting like a 20-year-old who just got a record deal and some money and doesn't know how to act. That's how you're acting. That's how he's acting. You're still running around, multiple chains, pants hanging off your ass. Oh, I've done so much for hip hop and da 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 da.
Bro, you see that though? That's my boy, you know. Yeah, the way he be moving.
Yo, come on. You 50 years old, bro. What are you doing? I can't see me running around like that, pants hanging off my ass, talking crazy. Like
Nah,
I'm not a young boy. I'm not young. Like I'm not. So I'm not going to pretend to be that. I'm going to carry myself the way I carry myself. Once again, I'm not saying Jimmy got to stop rapping. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying Jimmy's washed up. Nobody's saying any of that. But when you're taking the route that a younger artist would do, NBA young boy or something, you know what I'm saying, that's okay. With youth, there comes a certain level of ignorance, and that's fine. You are not a youth. Why do you still have this ignorance, bro? Like,
right.
what are you doing? And then you're angry at Cam and Mace for doing what they're doing. Why are you pissed off about that? Like they moved past, they grew up, they matured, they evolved. You have remained right here. You still
Nah,
skull
facts.
chains and skull belts. Like, what are you doing? Still? We still doing this, bro? Do you know how crazy it look if my ass was still walking around wearing Jabot jeans, man?
Hey man,
And
don't say
and
nothing about
and
Jaboji, man. Jaboji's
and
what's
and
up.
the and nah, and the four and 5X t-shirts down to my knees. Come on, bro.
That, that was the days right there, man.
That was the
You ain't
era
talk
though. That was the era. You know what I'm saying? That
you
was
ain't
the
talk
era.
about
I
them
mean, they
days like
starting
it
to
is
do it
now.
again. They starting to dress like that again. The early
They
early
are?
two
Where at?
thousands. The kids are doing that, bro. They wearing the baggy pants again, the flare jeans. It's starting to bigger clothes. Like they're not. Like the super tight man joint really is not out there like that no more. It's kind of
But you know
interesting,
what?
man.
You
Like
know, you know that's how it keeps happening like that.
it's
Like every
cycles, yeah,
generation, yeah, just keep
yeah,
recycling. Look at our generation. We started wearing little fitted clothes and what they used to do back in the '80s and stuff like that.
yeah. I
Back in the
mean,
'70s.
but West Indians is different, man. The only motherfuckers that never changed was Jamaicans. Them niggas been wearing tight pants and they ain't never stopped wearing tight pants. Them skinny jeans put on Jamaican all the time. Real bad man, no mother nigga shots, straight jeans, cut off foot pants. Everybody have yours for making me clocks. Them niggas, yo, them Jamaicans ain't changed since the 80s. Nigga, same shit. You can't tell a Jamaican nothing. You
Dirty
can't
man.
tell them none. And what's the first thing they say? Man, I am no pom pom. Now do that. No gal are sitting on my face like chair. All right, bro, you got it, man. It's cool. Like, it's all right. You don't gotta be like calm down. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, like I said, check out the Bleak Project. Check out all these different things, man. It's a lot going on. I see you you over there, mashing up your food. So I'm not gonna hold you. I just want to say, man, I appreciate you stepping out for me, man. I appreciate you showing up for the show today. You know what I mean? It's a shorter show today, but I definitely appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, telling your story, bro. I think that was like the more important thing was you telling your story and people understanding.
The best part about it was when I got released and my kids saw me again and they ran up to me
Yeah.
like, Daddy!
I didn't get that. I didn't get that. My daughter just looked at me like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here, buddy. I got the yeah. You're not. But nah, man. It's I do think we need some type of reform with immigration. We need to figure out what's going on. We need to just have a better approach, man. If they're gonna do their jobs, that's fine. Do your jobs, but the collateral damage is vast. Lives
Yeah.
are being destroyed. Lives are being destroyed. Your approach to it is just atrocious. Running down on people at graduations and that's insane. That's just madness. If these people are doing what they're supposed to do, and they came here the legal way, and they're waiting for their asylums or they're waiting for cases to be decided, there's no need for you to snatch them up and lock them up. Let the cases be decided. If they've approached it this way from the very beginning, that means they are adhering to the laws. They're sitting here doing what they're supposed to do. And then you're deceiving them and snatching them up, which is kind of
Mhm.
how they said, bro, it's a dick move, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a dick move, bro. I mean, like just be fair. Like, you know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. We got some more years under 47, and we'll see what happens. We will see. I see you got something in there. You got like a hopefully you got like a beverage or something. This is the part of the show where we do shots and a quote. I
Oh, I don't got no
leave I
shots.
leave
I got a bottle of water.
You got about it's okay. You know what I mean? High quality H2O. I will simply say, man, once again, I appreciate you for showing up and telling your story. And I really do appreciate it. I love you, man. I wish nothing but success for you, man.
Of
Um,
course.
I will simply say this. We are all on the exact same planet. Yeah, we might have these invisible borders that separate us, but we're all on the exact same planet. And the day is going to come, we will all need each other. Treat people the way you would like to be treated. Salute.
Facts.
Oh God, I don't know why I do that all the time. But I am Trinidad and Tobago's son, New York City's nephew, Carter Young. Thank you to Rare Form for stepping in and for MIK and doing a great job. Make sure you check out his show. You doing the After Dark tonight, right? He's doing Ladies After Dark. He's doing the After Dark. We listening, we don't judge. Rare Form #1. You doing the After Dark tonight, correct?
Tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
9
Okay,
p.m.
tomorrow night.
At
Okay,
9
tomorrow
p.m.
night he's doing After Dark. But tonight, 8 p.m. Catch, we listening, we don't judge. It's on TikTok. Rare Form #1. We appreciate you coming out. I am Carter Young. This is Banter and Bullshit. We will see y'all next week. You heard? Let's get it. Appreciate y'all, man, for real.